Tom Cruise is here. So, a couple of nights ago, just for fun, I put on Legend, a film that you did many years ago.
With Ridley.
With Ridley Scott. And I watched in there, you are elfing around.
Yeah,
being,
Jacko Greening. Jacko Greening around.
That's right.
Tim Curry's the devil.
All right, you're saving a unicorn.
Yeah, saving a unicorn.
It's very true to life.
Yes, of course. Very realistic.
When you were a kid and you saw, a young man, you saw yourself on screen for the first couple of times. What did you think?
Well, the first time I saw myself was actually during Taps, and Harold Becker, the director, came in, and he knew how interested I was in film, and he said, look, he got selects of my scenes from that character, and he said, look, I want you to see this, and I want you to get used to being able to see actors and see yourself, and it's going to be strange for you, but I'm just telling you this is good work. So I sat there and I watched it, and it's very strange looking at yourself. I don't know how you guys feel when you're watching videos or anything. So,
it's mostly stuff they make for YouTube, and it's really creepy.
Yeah, is that right? Yeah. I've had a few of those.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, YouTube has really changed the life of an actor, hasn't it?
No.
You can't get away with anything anymore as a performer. Was it just as odd back in the 80s, but now it's all on computers?
It's definitely accelerated. Yeah. It certainly is accelerating.
You had this, I mean, that stretch, if you go from 83 to 2003, movies, that things just worked. And then I've heard you describe the last few years has been a hell of a ride in your life, personally, publicly, all that stuff. When you're inside it, like I know that sometimes as a performer you have to be in a bubble, and I get that, but the bubble's transparent. Mm-hmm. You see what's happening outside.
Oh, yeah.
What's it like when you look on TV and you see what's happening, what people are saying about you, some stuff you did, and you're looking around and go, oh my God, the wheels are falling off this. Did it feel like that?
Well, you're looking at it going, okay, this is, you know, you have to deal with that, the difference between things that are perception and reality, and yeah, you just kind of go, okay, this is it, and could have handled things better, and you just learn from it and move on, you know, and I think that's all you can do, and just focus and take care of my family and take care of my work and keep moving. When
you hook up with somebody, do you have to tell them, look, this is going to get crazy? This is the media attention is going to be more than you know. Do you have to say that? Like, we all have to have conversations with people. You know,
yeah.
Did you have to have that?
Yeah, but no matter how you tell them and try to explain, it stays. You know, there's stuff that happens that you just, they don't know it till they're in. Till you know it. I don't care. It's just the way it is.
They come to you with a pale face going,
There's
what?
Moments of going, okay, you know, now I'm getting it.
Do you learn something from every director you work with?
Every director, every actor that I work with. Every director has their own taste and style, and every actor, I mean, especially early on, is when you hear about this is what acting is. And for me, to be able to watch Newman develop a character, Hoffman, Nicholson, you know, Hackman, Duvell, and be able to see them work and then watch their rushes on things. Or go into rushes, y'all know what rushes are, right? You know, you go in the next day and look at the scenes and then how they cut together and editing it. That was very helpful because I started to see how these actors work and that they all have their own way of working, and their own technique that they have developed that works for them.
What was Kubrick like? Because Stephen King said when Stanley Kubrick was making The Shining, Kubrick would call him at 2 in the morning, do you believe in God? No, I don't, and hang up. And do like stuff like that.
That doesn't sound like the Stanley that I know. I don't know.
What was Stanley Kubrick?
I never had those phone calls.
Never?
From Stanley, no.
He was afraid to call you, you're Tom Cruise.
No, I know. He's, you know, he was just like this normal kind of guy, actually. Spent a lot of time, you know, of course I was grilling him about Barry Lyndon in 2001 and Clockwork Orange and Dr. Strangelove in between.
Which might be the best movie ever made, Strangelove.
Great movie, classic. And he had a great sense of humor, very intelligent. I know it's also, at times, you know, a little slow, but also because of his age, it was fine. You know, it was really nice. That was an incredible experience. He was very generous. He would go through cameras and lenses, and I'd take pictures, and we'd kind of go over because he was an early photographer, and we just spent a lot of time talking about movies.
Are you good with conflict?
What do you mean?
Conflict.
Can I handle conflict?
Yeah. Are you good with it? Like,
I have no problem with conflict.
because I wonder.
How are you with conflict?
Depends on who I'm fighting.
Is that right?
It depends on who I'm fighting.
I'm not worried about conflict.
No, I don't mean us. Although we still have time.
Let's go.
I'll get into it.
I prefer not to have conflict.
there'll be no
Let's
conflict.
resolve things.
Well, that's entirely up to you.
Okay,
Tom.
that's good.
But if you worked with a director and where it's not gone well there's been a lot of this, and I'm sure you've been making films for so long, and it's a business filled with egos and artists that it might be.
Yeah, I guess I've never had that though. I allow and want to hear someone's opinion. So I use writers, directors, actors, where it's, I find myself, I just listen. I want to listen and download, and so I've actually never had conflict with anyone on the set. With directors, actors, never.
I would imagine a man in your position with, a degree of success and a long career, you're going to, as time goes on, surrounded by fewer and fewer people who will tell you when you need to get better. And certainly on a movie set, that would happen.
I always encourage that, though, right from the beginning.
Yeah, because I bet you people don't know what to say to you. Like the way everybody was worried about Jack Nicholson walking in, they're like, Jesus, Tom Cruise is coming in,
Yeah, there is that where it's like, okay, but come on, give it to me. Let's go. There's a certain moment where we're all filmmakers and we're all acting together, and I think that I saw how Newman did that. Newman was very disarming, and Hoffman, I think those guys that I really admired were that. They want to be directed. And as an actor, I'm not interested in directing. I want to be directed. Let's hear I want the writing, I want the direction. And certainly there are things that I know about filmmaking and producing, and it's a shared experience. And that's the way I've always worked. It's, we're all in this together. Let's figure this out, and let's make it work. And I think that's why I really haven't had conflict, because right from the beginning, I'm pushing and gearing towards problem solving and helping each other.
That's on the set, and the people you work with, and you have your one-on-one, with people, and as the stuff in your private life becomes public, as all the stuff people saw on the internet, as the Scientology thing went, as all that was happening around you, does that change? What does that do to the tone of a set when you come in and that's the story that's on everybody's TV the night before?
Well, on the set, everybody's like, whatever, people that are working in movies, they know that this is also part of perception versus reality in work and making movies. So it's always just about the film and hanging out. And I know that, my friends and the people that I work with, it's actually interesting. There's also that side, they feel protective, because they're there, I think, and they know the truth versus that other stuff. So,
but does that ever rib you to your friends? My friends, if I do something dumb on television, my friends come right after me. And I say this, with respect. If I had done the Coach Oprah thing, my friends would have loved it. They would have come to me going, "That was amazing."
No, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. Oh yeah, without question.
And you
I was like, right after, I was like, okay.
You're like,
deserved.
Yeah,
deserved.
Too soon. I don't want to hear about it anymore.
Wait 30 minutes. Please give me, yeah, absolutely. The whole family, friends, everyone's like, oh man, come on.
Busting you up.
Oh, hardcore.
I didn't mean that.
Hardcore.
Be interesting to be a newsmaker in that context, wouldn't it?
Yes, exactly.
All right, so what I've got in my hands are 220, which is a rapid-fire round of 220. Are you ready to play this?
I'm ready.
You got it in you? Stick around, my friend.
Is there a scoring thing? Do I get
Well,
rated
I
on
think
this?
the audience will judge silently.
Okay, good. They'll quietly judge me.
Quietly judge you. 220 with Tom Cruise when we come back. When was the last time somebody said no to Tom Cruise?
Last night, trying to get Suri to bed. That was a no.